Hello, it's Megan and my 4 sketchbooks from the past 3 years. And today I'm going to do a little sketchbook tour. I've never really done a proper sketchbook tour, but you know, I keep a pretty consistent sketchbook every year and thought it'd be fun to show you my progress as an artist and just, you know, see how my style has changed. Yeah, let's get into it. So we're starting with this sketchbook, which I started in January of 2021 and I finished it in October of 2021. And I don't know if you can tell any similarities from this cover and the walls of my apartment, but this sketchbook did inspire these walls. I painted this cover actually. The cover was white and I did this like kind of, this was with black acrylic paint I used, and I did just some line work and it was very like abstract, kind of like wood or waves or water or something. But honestly, I did not like how it was looking. So I went in and rubbed off all of the black paint. And it was one of those pieces where I just had a lot of abstract shapes to work with. So I could find various like creatures within these lines and everything. So there we got a little slug. We have 2 aliens, a greyhound, and a bunch of different swirly bits. And what is this, like a fern maybe? The back is more abstract. Got a wing and just some shapes. Okay, shall we open? This first sketch I did when I arrived back to Tokyo from London. I was traveling during COVID for a job, and yeah, I met up with my friend Zara at our go-to cafe called Cafe Copain. And my nickname for Zara at the time was Goblin Chihuahua Baby. And then we got the doggies. And then on the right, there's Greta Gerwig. And this quote I really loved by her. It's, "I sound like an old man when I talk about the internet, but I am actually worried about what it's doing to our brains and our sense of connection. I just worry that it's actually making people more lonely than it is bringing them joy." Food for thought. 2 more badly drawn sketches of friends. And then this sketchbook was the book that I started getting into more mixed media. Also was doing some stupid doodles, and we got the old moonwalk, the earth walking little dog moon. Gotta take the moon out for the walk. Then we got Matisse over here, my friend from Latvia. We got some random sketches. We got the girl from Suspiria. Next page, 3-eyed cat tarot card reader. Also part of my stupid doodle series. This is a fun art challenge to do. I would just draw like a random abstract shape and then create a creature out of that. I must have done this with a friend, I think, because some styles look different than what I normally do. But here we go. What's your fave? I think my fave is this little dude with like a leaf, a bunch of leaves like on his head. And he just looks very derpy. He looks like a blueberry, very content blueberry. Oh, paint is falling. See, this was a fun one. We got, my style is so different. Like I look at this and I really hate that drawing. Waking up with bloody noses. That's what I'll call that. I do love this little comic that I did on the right. This is when I changed my Instagram handle. We got some lore here. My original handle was Llama the Giraffe, or at least for my art account, it was Llama the Giraffe, and then I changed it to Waffle Sailor. There's a giraffe with a llama collar, and the candle is burning and then goes out and it's dark. And this Waffle Sailor comes in with a candle and it's like, you know, passing the torch kind of vibe. So it brings the candle, brings the light, and it's like, no candle. I'm gonna take your place, basically. Yeah. And bye-bye llama, the giraffe. Random sketch. Reminds me of the Hulk though. I don't really like green and purple so much, especially like the lime. I don't know. I do love this little drawing of me as a baby. I look kind of devilish, but it's me and my grandma, and she looks, it really does look like her. Okay, this is one of my favorite collages that I've done. It was made out of Matisse's comp card, and then I just used like a manga page. This was the start of another style of art that I was exploring, which is just like super expressive. This collage took forever. I don't know how I had the time for this, but I had a bunch of origami paper. I cut up all these tiny little squares to be like little stars. And then this little one is a naked lizard person. This one, okay, this is definitely giving Nausicaa. And then we got this like elf in a tree. This is like a owl with horns, but he's its own creature, really. This one, I finally started putting some dates on my pages. This one was March. Oh, really good one. This one I don't really like, so don't look at that. These were more stupid doodles. Three-eyed cat, but angel. And then we got some little characters in the sky. This one was really chaotic. Looks like my pen was dying, and then I just decided to go ham with it. Not much to say about this. Kind of mediocre. Oh, true. This was when I was making a plan to do like a custom jacket, put some of my stupid doodles on a jacket. It was a fun project, but I was using acrylic paint on a material that just wouldn't really take it that easy. It's my friend Martha. Really crazy, psychedelic looking sketch. Also, crazy vibe here. There's a lot of movement here. That's what I can say. Started off as like a collaborative sketch with a friend, and then turned into something crazy. This is one of my favorite YouTube comments. I forget what song it was, but it was just some video, and someone had commented that the beginning of the song sounded like if autumn and spring met, and I thought that was just really beautiful. They're both really calm seasons. It sounds very peaceful. Random sketch that I never really finished. You can see my style of becoming more abstract and more expressive, I could say. Yeah, skip over that one. This one, it's like angel, kind of ethereal looking thingamabob. Reference was my face, so that's why she probably looks familiar. We're getting back into the abstract colored pencil stuff. We got Pigeon Man, keeper of all pigeons. This one's pretty fun, I'd say. I like that one. Little journal entry, I don't know. And then this one looks very Jupiter-esque. This one kind of reminds me of little spirals on a vine, like a pumpkin patch, you know, those cute little spirals. This sketch on the right, I wanted to make it into a painting. Didn't really happen, but who knows, there's still time. Mixed media. I was doing little sketches of friends on the plane. Looking back on my year in Japan, I was flying to London at the time. I do love this spread. there's like a whole story behind like some of the words that I had written. This spread as well, I was watching Girl Interrupted on the plane. What I love to do is sketch while watching something, or I'll like pause it and then start sketching. It's nice for reference, for like a reference photo, because you get more mid-action moments that I like to sketch. Let's see. Looks like I was watching Before Sunrise. There's Zara again. Very emo. Random scribble sketch. This one's sweet. I was asking a friend's roommate for recommendations on where to run in London, and he recommended to run to the Angel area through the canal. And I thought that was such a bizarre sentence. I don't know, just because I wasn't familiar with London at all. I was like, the Angel area? The area where there's angels? Yeah. This one is fun. And yeah, I feel like this could be a really cool like piece of jewelry or something. My problem with my sketches is that like I'll do these sketches and then won't do anything with them afterwards, and I should change that. Let's see. This sketch I did on a bike ride to Epping Forest. I sat on a branch and pulled out like a couple colored pencils that resembled like the colors that I saw around me, and came up with this. If you saw my bike ride to Epping Forest video, you would know this sketch. Let's see, we got the old charcoal sketch, little portrait practice. This is more kind of psychedelic looking sketches, just ink. Yeah, a lot of movement in this one. Swans asleep. This one is one of my favorite sketches in this book. On the overground, there was this girl and her like guardians, her parents, I believe, and she was giving them a pinky promise. Her facial expression was super like angsty. I like that one. I don't like that sketch, I'm not gonna show it. More like anime looking sketch of my friend Micah, a little bucket hat. These expressions are wild because, oh my god, they're so silly. It was when I had short hair, and honestly I look back at photos of myself with short hair, and like when it was this short and this like grown out pixie kind of vibe, it was almost mirroring like a mullet. It just was not working. Yeah, in some of these I look like a little boy. This sketch on the left I do really love. Here's my friend Masha before she was about to bungee jump like 1 billion feet. Here is my friend Dennis. This one, I really love this sketch. I just kept on expanding with the bits surrounding him. The reference was this like, it was with like an Instagram filter, I'm pretty sure, where like he just dragged his hands here and then the fingers elongated. Just really creepy, but I love it. This is me and my sister. My parents took so many photos of me and my sister when we were young, and they're great reference photos because I feel like when you're 4 years old, you're not so aware of the camera and you're not like posing so much, you just kind of captured like mid-action and there's more of like a raw emotion. Yeah. Wow, I am thinking that I'm not gonna get through 4 sketchbooks in one video. I think I'm gonna have to split it up. Damn, yeah. This sketch, the references came from my aunt's farm in Devon. Some of the quotes came from my aunt, who I really look up to. She has really paved like an unconventional life for herself. She was a stilt walker, now lives on a farm with her husband and son, and it's just really sweet. The quotes, "The rules being so strict made us want to be more naughty." Facts. "We'll drive until we're bored," and my aunt goes on a lot of spontaneous trips, which I feel like fueled a lot of my inspiration for travel and the energy I put towards exploring the world and everything. There's really so much to experience out there, like it's never ending. Not sure how I feel about those colors, but you know, you had to try them once. Ooh, this is a good one. This spread was the day after my 21st birthday. Long story short, I was just kind of freaking out that I didn't have my favorite hat, and my dad simply said, "You should go look for your hat, like go get it, go find it, and maybe you'll feel better and like you'll feel more like yourself." And that's all it took, was like this train ride outside of London to go find my hat, to go pick it up. And going on that little trip and like hearing the silence of this suburban neighborhood really like cured my anxiety that day. Yep, more Greta content. Princess Ha, my favorite film. Doves. And the V&A, my favorite museum in London. The sketch I do not like so much, but it's of my friend Leva. Ultimate life bucket list. And some little leaves. I believe these are from Japan though. A fun little collage. This was the first sketch that I did when I arrived back to New York. Yup. This sketch, also one of my favorites, that I made into a sun print, and I printed onto 2 shirts. I do want to do some more, maybe someday. There we go. This sketch I did during the week of the hurricane. I think it was like Hurricane Henri in New York, and that's why it says "run through the rain." And this spread I did, I think it was my first week back in New York, and to get into the apartment I was staying at, the key was not working, and I think it was stuck in the lock. Something funky. It was an old building, of course, and the upstairs neighbors saw us having trouble getting in, and they just offered to like have us get into our apartment through the fire escape. So that was quite the welcome back to New York via fire escape. This one is a very fast sketch of me. Bus driver in London. Here is Arco della Paz, here. The Arc of Peace in Milano. Here's a page of bunnies that I was sketching for my friend. He wanted a tattoo design. Unfortunately, don't think he got any of these, but they still exist. So if anyone wants a bunny tattoo, I can send a little sketch. This is a moment deep in Milan where I was feeling super down. And it's interesting to look back on because at that moment, I felt like I was maybe at one of my lowest points, but fast forward 3 years and, you know, I'm past that and I'm doing a lot better. Here's a sketch that I did referencing Alphonse Mucha. This was done on a little trip to Verona. Another little sketch of a friend. Friendship seeds. That This is another sketch that I have not made into like a full piece, but who knows? She lives here. It's basically about how friendships need to be nourished just like plants. They need to be watered and taken care of for the friendship to blossom into a flower. And I realized that, especially after traveling, sometimes it can be really difficult to keep up with like long distance friendships, you know, friends that are located in another country. Don't want the winter storm to take them away. Another sketch from Verena. Bottle parking. Airplane sketch. This must have been a collaborative one, I think, too. Ah, leaves. Whoa. This was a sketch I did. They are all references from, I believe, The Last Unicorn, the movie, the animated film. These are the last sketches of the book, and they were from a project that unfortunately never really got made. And there you have it, my sketchbook from 2021. And I'll have to make a continuation, maybe this will be a series, of my other 3 sketchbooks from 2022, 2023, and onwards. Cool. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao!